Ladies and gentlemen, this is What's Next Kentucky Radio. I'm your host, Mario Maitland. Back with my co-host, Malik Winfrey. You are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. Once again, we are back on this Thursday night to talk a little bit about what's going on in Lexington, Kentucky. Malik, how are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. What about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Had a pretty good week so far. We're back here again. It's always fun to be back here. Last week we talked a little bit about Fletch and his lemonade reviews, and we also had Wing King on here.
Yeah, walked away with a meal.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, definitely walked away with the meal. Lots of food we talked about, and I kind of want to keep that train going to start off this episode. So let's talk a little bit about food, and there's a lot going on with the food in the food world of Lexington, Kentucky. How about the pizza chain that got a very warm welcome when it first opened, but it's actually closing down this month, I believe, or it's already closed already. What's your guess? What's that pizza chain that I'm talking about?
I'm already kind of familiar. I know it's La Rosa's on Richmond Road.
La Rosa's on Richmond Road, man. Are you surprised that they're actually closing down now? I know they're actually going to be bringing another coffee shop. I believe it's Dunkin' Donuts that's going to replace that. You surprised about that? You want to see another coffee shop on Richmond Road?
Not necessarily, but that's kind of a busy road already, so I'm not surprising to see anything change like that. So
there's a lot of coffee shops being opened on that road. I know they just opened 7 Brew, that new coffee shop. I don't know if they're still giving out free coffee, but they were giving out some free coffee earlier in the week. And then they have, like you said, Krispy Kreme and Human Bean, all that, man. So lots of coffees that's going to be on Richmond Road, man. So moving on, I'm not sure why they shut down. I believe it was with something with their sales. The sales didn't live up to expectations.
Hard to compete. Like I said, it's a busy road. Brings in a lot of business, but it's a lot of competition.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever even tried La Rosa's, man?
Once.
How was it? I never tried it.
I wasn't a fan, but
not something that you go back and you say, I want that again?
I guess it's just because, I got like a preference. I'm just like more like a simple Papa John's type of guy.
Papa John's?
Yeah, simple. Simple Papa John's type of guy.
Have you ever tried Big City Pizza? They're pretty good.
Nah, I've never even heard of them.
Oh, man, you missing out. I'm gonna have to bring in Big City Pizza one day. You just bring in a pie for us, and we can just eat that while we record.
All right, we gotta try that.
We're gonna have to try that. So moving on in news, we got the Kentucky and Pittsburgh volleyball teams. They have scheduled a home-to-home series for this season where the teams are just trying to focus on packing the stands. Now, the Kentucky volleyball team, they'll be playing in Rupp Arena this season, not in Memorial Coliseum, obviously, because they got that $83 million renovation coming on. Kentucky volleyball, both teams are trying to set attendance records. You going out there to check out some volleyball games?
I might have to, just support, just being an alumni, and I think our volleyball program is very strong. So
I was gonna say it's now in Rupp now, so it's in a different setting than what they're used to. They're in Rupp Arena, which their first game is gonna be at September, I believe it's September 2nd. September 1st, I'm sorry. Yeah, September 1st, they're starting on that first game. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I know Pitt, they just came back from back-to-back national semifinal appearances. They were 31-4 last season, so they're not playing no scrubs. They're playing a pretty good team. So Kentucky volleyball, you guys keep on the lookout for Kentucky volleyball. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do next season, for sure. So UK Athletics, they obviously announced that, Memorial Coliseum is going to be renovated. How excited are you to see what that place is going to look like when it's done getting renovated?
Oh, man. It's sounds crazy. This is a big change. We definitely been in there with them, ran some basketball games, just everything. So, to see, what that'll be like, just when that's done will be, just exciting to myself, just to see where the dollar's going. Exciting
is the word. I kind of say sad a little bit because it's a historical place. It has that historical feeling when you walk in there.
Definitely. It's kind of true to campus, it's just right there. It's
right
just something that you always see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, fans, what they're gonna do is when UK Athletics, they're cutting off Memorial Coliseum altogether for some time. They're gonna put all the fall sports in Rupp Arena. Fans can basically park in Rupp Arena free of charge. with ticket purchases. And, you know, the gates, you know, they're going to open the Rupp Arena at least 1 hour before, at least for volleyball matches, 1 hour before they'll open up the, you know, parking lots, and Rupp Arena will open an hour before. So, you know, fans, if they want to go see that, they just head on down to Rupp. So lots of more traffic for that downtown area with more volleyball games, women's basketball games, and all that.
I'm surprised to see the free parking. You know, that's very surprising.
For sure.
If you know anything about UK, then you know, you don't really get too much of free anything.
You can say that again. You can say that again. I can't say I disagree with you on that one. In other news, we got Kentucky athletics. UK football player J.J. Weaver donated 100 bikes through his foundation. How brilliant is that, Malik?
Man, that's really big. Like, that's something that really brings a difference to the community.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he did it in Louisville. I think it was in one of the parks in Louisville. He donated
Iroquois, to be exact.
Yeah. 100 bikes, man. Giving back to the community. Talk about a guy who are you familiar with his story?
Just a little bit, but just go over that for us for a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It's known that his dad was murdered. His grandfather got sick. That's a big reason why he kind of wanted to give back and, you know, do something for his community, his hometown. But yeah, very, very interesting to see him give back. And then he calls this whole event where he donated the 100 bikes, calls it the perfect fit. And the reason why he calls it the perfect fit is because of the 6 fingers that he has. Do you know about his 6 fingers?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah. So he calls that the perfect fit. I think that's a perfect name for the event, man. So shout out to JJ Weaver doing his thing, giving back to the community. Not someone you hear get talked about a lot, but he's someone that's on the rise for next season, and you can see him starting off already giving back to the community.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So let's talk a little bit about Kentucky football. The Wildcats, they begin their 2023 season September 2nd in Kroger Field, and we know what that atmosphere is going to look like. With what's the song, man?
Grove Street,
man. You know that's gonna be something. September 2nd.
Theme song.
Theme song. I'm guessing it's a 12:00 game. You heading out there in the hot sun? I know it's gonna be hot. It has to. It's always hot on that.
I gotta try to get a ticket. Yeah,
for sure.
Gotta support my guys. Got to.
Now they're gonna be playing a number of games at home for a while. What do you expect to see from Kentucky football in these early games? Now, they're not probably playing the best competition, but what do you hope to see from these guys outside of just getting the W? Because we know they're going to probably end up with the W, and I'm gonna knock on wood because I don't want to jinx anything.
No, just looking at the schedule, you know, I always do this. Just looking at the schedule, these early games, so Miami, Ohio, and was it EKU, Akron?
Yep.
And then finally you get that big game against Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So you already know what that does, you know.
Yeah, that sounds like State Street to me.
Yeah. I just need to see 4-0 just right there.
Yeah. Well, any players you're really looking forward to watching this year? I have a few. I'll let you go first.
I know on defense, I always like, you know, of course, J.J. Weaver. You know, I'm very familiar with him. And then, like, you know, I'm a big offense guy. So I'm just kind of excited to see just, like, you know, our new quarterback we brought in.
Yeah,
and just,
me too.
Just kind of just excited in general, just see what breakout guys we got.
I know we got a few transfers as well. We got a new running back from Vanderbilt. I can't remember his last name, but I know he's coming in, 5th year or 6th year player. Got a lot of experience. That should definitely help the football squad, especially at that running back position. And we can't forget about Dane Key as well.
For sure.
He's come back to make some noise, man.
Right next to Berrien.
Yeah. He's somebody that I think is gonna take that lead.
Definitely notice him on the field.
Yeah.
Definitely he's fast guy. Definitely notice him.
For sure. So moving on, man. In other news today, we got 7'2" Croatian big man out of Croatia. I know I'm gonna butcher his name because man, I'm gonna give it my best though. Zivnor.
Man, I just know you're off.
I can't do it. I can't do it, Malik.
I just know you're off.
I can't say his name.
I'm like quite positive that Z is silent.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you try.
Just because it's Croatian, like, I don't even want to try it. If I had to go, I'd be like Vonimir.
Vonimir Ivizic. That's my best.
I don't know. I can't.
The 7-footer from Croatia. We're gonna keep it like that. He's committed to Kentucky, man. This is another 7-footer that's being added to the squad. What are your thoughts, Malik?
based on those highlights I've seen on Twitter, what they say, the common word thrown out there, unicorn. Porzingis.
Lots of Porzingis I'm looking at.
And he seems very exciting, so I'm excited.
I know we talked a little bit before the show about how we thought he was supposed to be for the 2024 season, not this upcoming season. We thought he was a commit for the 2024 season, and then we literally found out that it was like
this season.
Yeah, he's coming. He's gonna be joining them this next upcoming year. So man, we thought we were stacked. No, we're really stacked now.
Yeah, for sure.
Can that be a problem though? Can being overstacked become a problem in a success of a team?
I'm not exactly sure, but I know it could be a challenge. So I believe Cal possibly has a new challenge on his hands.
Definitely a new challenge. I mean, you got 3 7-footers coming in there, Hugo, and the freshman Aaron Bradshaw, and then now you got him, and Lord knows what he can do, and we haven't seen the full spectrum of what he can do skill-wise, but man, definitely a challenge. We'll see how they're going to kind of, coach this team up and make it work.
Right.
It's going to be interesting, man. Another news we got, Barbie. Everybody knows about Barbie, right? Everybody knows about Barbie. Barbie has now made over $800 million at global box office. Can you believe it, Malik? Have you seen it, and can you believe it?
I know I haven't seen it, but it's almost crazy. It's like it's revived, It's like it. We grew up, Common Barbie, that was always the girls' things. And, if it was guys, it was like Hot Wheels or whatever it may be, wrestlers.
You was a Hot Wheels guy, Malik? I was definitely a Hot Wheels guy.
Kind of. But, yeah, it's like now ever since the Barbie movies came out, it's like, whether it's niece and nephews, like everyone's on the Barbie. It's like, like this is new to them. It's like, no, this has been for years.
This has been for years. Man, I wonder if they're going to come out with the Hot Wheels movie or if there ever is I don't even know if there might be a Hot Wheels movie that's out and we don't even really know about it. But yeah, the Barbie's killing it, man. The one thing about Barbie that stands out to me is the ads, the advertising, man. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie that has been really advertised like Barbie. Like I feel like it's everywhere, like wherever you look.
What's crazy? I heard this regardless, it's not just a film that's like for, you would think stereotypically like for women or females. Like I heard like this is a good film regardless. Like,
yeah, just
it appeases
good movie to just go watch.
Interests everyone.
No, for sure. We might have to go check that out. Another news, how about Coach Kyra Elzy, women's basketball coach, has extended several scholarship offers this summer, and she's attempting to assemble a strong recruiting class for 2024. She's got lots of transfers coming in as well. What are your thoughts for the upcoming season, Malik? Women's didn't have a great season last season, but now they're looking to kind of take the next step and move on to the next level, have a good season this year.
Per usual, UK, always rooting for them, and, she's up. I think she has, long as she has simply her team and they're up for the challenge and task, because the SEC is no joke, as we know.
Yeah,
as long as you got South Carolina in there, you're always up for a challenge. So, I think she just got to, have big hopes and dreams and keep big things on the horizon.
No, for sure. We're definitely gonna keep our eye out. The women's team always seem like they have something up their sleeve. Like, you can watch them all year, and they have their ups and downs. But sometimes I feel like, man, like they actually come out with a fight. They're gonna actually, in a tournament, might surprise some people. Like they tend to do that at times. So I'll be looking forward to watching those girls over there. We gotta go to break. When we come back from break, we got a very special guest that's coming on. Talk a little bit about his event and what he has to offer to Lexington, Kentucky. That's all we got for right now. When we get back after break, we'll get right back into it. You are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. I'm your host, Mario Maitland, with my co-host, Malik Winfrey, and you're listening to What's Next Kentucky Radio. Stay tuned after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's your host, Mario Maitland. You are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. What's Next Kentucky Radio. We are back again. We got a special guest, Malik Winfrey.
For sure.
I don't know how to introduce him. I'm sure you've been hearing about his event in the news. He's been in the news. He's been in articles, all that on social media, all over the place. Josh Wooldridge is joining What's Next Kentucky Radio Josh, my man, thank you so much for coming on. It's a pleasure to be able to sit across from you once again. We're good friends. We're all three of us are good friends. We go way back. Now, welcome to the radio show, my man.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here, and man, I just want to give y'all's flowers, man. This is amazing. Y'all just keep growing, and so congratulations to you all, man.
For sure.
Man, thank you.
For sure. I think we were at lunch the other day, and I remember telling you, I was like, man, you're inspiring me. You know, you're inspiring me to do great things. Whenever I see your content, whenever I see you making moves, making events, I see you inspiring, you know, not only me, but, you know, the younger generation in Lexington, Kentucky, your family, your, you know, brothers, all that. You're setting this wave of inspiration, man. And I tip my hat off to you, man. You're doing your thing for sure.
Man, likewise. I appreciate y'all, man.
So we know you, but there's people out there that's probably listening to our show that's probably not familiar with you. Why don't you, you know, share a little bit about your journey and how you came to be I hate to put one label on you because it's hard, because he's not just a content creator. He's not just a guy who, you know, takes photography and videography. He does a lot of different things. But I want to get to let you explain about your journey, man. So go right ahead.
No, it's been a journey for sure. I think I've just experimented with a few things. The camera really stuck, and it was something I was able to show my creativity through that art. And so I picked it up and just kept going. I went to basic training for a while, and I stopped. And you know, shout out to my roommate Brian. He kind of kept me going with it. You know, I got my camera like my first semester back, you know, on campus. So after that, I just kept it going, graduation videos, and after that, went to California recently last year.
You know, we talk about like you going to California, you know, just making that like journey and changes. Like, how do you feel like from where you began to where you are now, like your journey has evolved?
I think I was just thrown in the fire, honestly. Just had to be in a lot of situations where I had to learn quickly and just adjust. And so I just like being a sponge in the room, and so I take every opportunity very seriously and try to just learn as much as I can.
So you got a big announcement that you want to, you know, kind of announce. I know you announced it on different social media platforms, but we're going to talk a little bit about here. This is the first time you're doing it on radio. So Lexington, Kentucky is the backdrop for this big announcement, this big event that you're throwing.
Yes.
How has, I guess, before we even get into the event, how has the local community, the support, how have them influenced you? How have they influenced your work here in Lexington?
Yeah, the response, you know, just from the announcement this past week has been amazing. Like, I've been overwhelmed. I know the team has just been amazed seeing all the numbers that it's doing and the reach that it is getting right now. And so I'm just excited for Saturday to see, you know, the turnout of everything. It's been a long time coming, and so we're definitely looking forward to it.
You know, for those who don't know, can you just tell us like what the event is and what people have to get excited and look forward to?
No, absolutely. This is the pickup, and our slogan is not any pickup, but the pickup. And so we try to just put on a show. One thing that we know about Kentucky is that they love basketball and they love a good show. And so we plan to travel to different cities with this event, but we're starting it right here in Lexington, and it was really just a perfect setup here in Kentucky in general. Through the entire time while we've been planning this event, we've had so much support just from the local leaders to just community advocates, whoever it is. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's definitely the team that we have is just amazing. We're all spread out. Most of us, a handful of us met at the University of Kentucky. And so, you know, we just wanted to use this platform where we can be a part of something that's bigger than, you know, ourselves. And so, you know, with that, we plan to just continue to inspire the next generation and to show our creativity and use that platform.
I love Malik. I love the way he's kind of like bringing his like background, Lexington, Kentucky, and the University of Kentucky, like all his, like, I guess, like his circle all together.
Right.
And then sharing it with the community. You know, it's not, he's just not staying to himself. He's sharing it with people. He's sharing it, giving it to opportunity to the younger generation, his younger brother, his you know, people that look up to him, his family members, people who grew up with him. He's kind of just sharing his circle with other people. I love that, Josh. That's That's dope, man.
No, I appreciate it.
That's how you do it, man. So the pickup, it's a pickup game. What does it look like? What is this event gonna look like? Is it tickets gonna be sold? Is it gonna be a celebrity game? Kind of tell me a little bit about it.
No, it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game for sure. We're looking forward to it. As, the week goes on, we get closer. If you follow our page on Instagram, we are just announcing, new athletes every day. And it's going to be a show, literally from start to finish. And so I definitely urge people to be there on time if you can, because like I said, from start to finish, it's going to be a show. So, we have some... we're working with our DJ Knockout.
Shout out DJ Knockout, man. Shout out DJ Knockout.
Our MC, Larry Starks. And then we will have a performance from Choreo. So we are...
Shout out Choreo.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
For the people, I already know a few people that wondered and questioned already, as you guys have done a great job just in social media, branching out, letting everyone know what's going on in the community. They want to know, how do I get tickets? What's the way we get tickets?
No, that's a great question. So you can get tickets at the door. 10 and under is free. Oh, wow. Students are 5 and adults are 10. So, yeah, we will be distributing all tickets at the door, and doors will open at 5:30.
Who came up with that idea for the tickets to be free for kids, man? Because that's how you do it.
That's just what we wanted to do. Like we said, we wanted to, include the community as much as possible and try to, have, try to get different experiences. And so a kid that young being able to see an NBA player, especially with Lexington not having a professional team, up close and personal, and just a great game all in general, that atmosphere, that's what we really look to bring to the table, is an exciting atmosphere. And so we want the fans to be engaged. We've got some, great engaging opportunities throughout the game. So like I said, it's going to be a show, and we're definitely looking forward to it.
Are we going to be seeing a dunk contest, 3-point contest? I know you said we're going to be entertained, but I'm trying to. I don't want to give away too much. Don't tell me too much.
All I can say is pull up. Okay. It's not going to be any pickup. It's going to be the pickup.
Pull up. Now, special guests, Brandon Boston. I know you got Hollingsworth coming through as well.
Yeah.
Who are you looking forward to seeing the most, Malik? I'll probably. I'm be honest. I'm a big Kentucky fan. I can't wait to see Brandon Boston, see that guy up close and personal. What about you? Who are you looking forward to see?
Man, I don't really want to put it just on, just one person, like you said. We talked about this before, just it being this could really be a good game. This could be a good show. And I think it's something I know I'm not going to miss. And I don't think it's something anybody want to miss. The people have to come out.
No, for sure. So I guess, man, how do I put this? What inspired you to create the pickup? What was it? Was it something that inspired you to create a pickup game? What really inspired you?
Honestly, I believe it just started with the conversation, and then, it kind of expanded out where this is kind of where we assembled and developed a team, just kind of calling around, seeing what they thought, getting some opinions, and, the one common thing with everybody was, I don't care what it is, I just want to be a part of it and help. And so that's how we really assembled this team. And once again, everybody's so talented. Everyone wears so many hats on this team. And so I know everyone's trying to make it back. As I said, we're all spread out. I know everyone's trying to make it here this Saturday. So this potentially could be the first time we've all been in the same room together. That's so, just overall, it could be a moment just, bigger than, as I've been saying, just bigger than the game itself. It's definitely a lot that came with this.
You talked about, wearing many hats, and it's kind of crazy because the way I look at it is I see you as somebody who wears many different hats. For sure. I guess what are your goals for the future, Josh? Because you're a guy, like I said, you wear many hats. You do so many different things throughout the community, in California and in Lexington, Kentucky. What's your goals for the future, my man?
My goal is just to continue. Right now, the pickup is definitely the focus, seeing where it's going and seeing that the team that we have, I'm definitely looking forward to expanding there. I look to continue to progress in my career just as a cinematographer, photographer. We just dropped a video with Oaks this past week, Doomsday, and, that was great to put together.
Short film. It's literally a different avenue. Yep.
Right. Yep. And so, Brendan and I, we just, want to continue with that. And so I think just, staying in these areas that I'm in right now, I see a lot of promise for them, and I'm definitely working hard, playing in every day, to either add something or just something that makes it different, stand out. And so, staying in my lane, really, honestly, that's the best way I can put it.
Very big lane.
It sounds like no constraints, but he's taking it, slowly, one thing at a time.
Love it, man. Love it. Before I let you go, man, you got any advice for anyone who, they don't necessarily have to be in videography or, kind of doing what you're doing, but, if you're speaking to a young kid or anything like that, or it can be anyone, our age, what's your best advice to them?
Just stay consistent, okay? Stay consistent, because that's what wins the race, honestly. You can keep going with everything, but stay consistent with what you are doing at all times and put the work in. It'll show for itself. So stay consistent would be my best advice.
Before I let you go, man, I got a quick question about the consistency thing. How long you been doing the videography, the photography? How long is your journey?
That's a great question. I think it's coming up on 5 to 6 years, 5.5.
There you go. That's that consistency. That's that consistency. I remember we went to school. We all went to school together, and I remember you making grad videos. That was kind of your thing. So it just blows my mind to see where he's at right now. And how old are you? How old are you right now, Josh?
23.
He's younger than you, Malik. He's 23, man. He's 23. But yeah, Josh, man, you're killing it, man. Nah, you're killing it. Keep going, man. You take your own advice, and I'm happy to see where you're at right now, man. It's really dope.
And likewise to both of you, for sure. I appreciate you all.
For sure, man. There you guys have it. The Pickup. Make sure you go check that out this Saturday, 6 p.m. Frederick Douglass High School. If you're not there, you're gonna miss out, man. You're just gonna be watching videos of it, and you're gonna wish that you actually were there. But make sure you go check that out. Josh, thank you so much for coming on. Malik, man, you got any last questions before you let him go?
Nah. I think you covered everything. We had a great interview today.
Great conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed this live on the radio, we're going to be putting it up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, as we usually do. And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, give us a follow on all our social media platforms, and, give our special guest, Josh, as well, a follow. Other than that, that's all we got for today. You're listening to WLXU 93.9 FM, What's Next Kentucky Radio. I'm your host, Mario Maitland, with Malik Winfrey and Josh Wooldridge, our special guest. So stay tuned for our next episode next Thursday. We're going to bring another great one to you guys.